Hello everyone and welcome to Augmintech. Today I am going to talk about, let's say this is a picture that you have and you decided to color correct it or change something about it. How are you ever going to do that? So I'm going to give you two examples. One is with this image and one is with another one. And we are going to create indestructible layers for this and change the color of the wall. So to start with, I am going to change this and get my layers background here. So my layers window, I'm going to convert this into a layer. Now, first thing, what I really want to do is I'm thinking maybe I can change the color of this red wall into something else. So first of all, I'm using a polygonal lasso tool to create my selection. So I'm using the polygonal lasso. You can be as accurate as you want to be with this. So that's why I'm choosing this. So here I can see that there is, so I'm just going to make a rough selection for now and then I can edit it and further make it, clarified or very much more into something which is into shape. So there you go. This is number one selection. Now I am going to add, so here let's just zoom in slightly to make it a slightly better selection. So I'm going to again use my polygonal lasso, and whatever I don't need selected, like this part, I'm going to minus that. And if I want to add something, I'm going to click on the add one and add it. So for example, this is the part that needs to be added. So again, this small part needs to be added. So I'm just trying to make my selection as accurate as it can be. So, something like this. There you go. Now for this also, I am going to make sure that this becomes slightly bigger. And here on this side, similar to this. So it might take you slightly a lot more time than this, but it's okay. We want to make the selection as accurate as possible because that is how it is going to look real to us. If we do not do the selection properly, we might end up changing things that we don't want to change. So I think now I'm happy with my selection. This part, the top part, it's just selecting some of the molding also. So I'm going to just reduce that part. And there you go. So this part it has deselected. Again, I'm going to select some of it like this. So this is now the complete selection. Now I'm going to add from this point right here, this small one. This adds a layer mask. So I'm going to add a hue saturation layer mask. Now what this is going to do for me is it has added the layer mask only on the part that I have selected. So now this layer mask, I'm going to go to properties and change the color from here. Do you see how it is changing the color? So whatever color you want for your wall, you can pick from here. Yeah, and you can change the saturation of it. You make it dull or bright. So if you maybe want to go for a brown color instead of a red, so this is what it has come up to. Now the best thing about this is that this is not permanent. I can always uncheck this and this is my real image. So you can always see the real image, and if you still want to change something, you can click on the hue properties and you can change the color again. So whatever color you want, however you want to edit it, you can do that with the help of this. So just to make a stark change from green to red, this is what we have achieved. So this is how you can create indestructible layers, as in the layers which you can always turn on and off to see the outcome. Now if I want to add another layer, so if I want to change something about this or that, so however much I want to add color, I can do that with the help of my adjustment layer masks. So if I also want to increase or decrease the brightness, I would say a brightness mask. Now this mask, since this is completely white, so wherever you see the complete white, that is where it is going to affect. So now if I change something, it is completely brightening or not brightening the surface. So what I am going to do is, because since I feel like this wall or the interior part of the space needs to a little bit more brightened, so I'm going to select that. So this time I'm using my selection tool, the quick selection tool, so that I can select the interior easily. So this again, the complete part I want to select. Just the outside I don't want to, because that's already very, very bright. So I think this is okay. Let's just zoom in and see once. Yeah, I think this is fine. So this is all I wanted. Now just this selection, I want to just minus some part from here. Make sure when you're doing it, you are being accurate, as accurate as you can be. Now this part that I've selected, I am going to select inverse and paint this part into black. The minute I do that and now I change the properties, it is only going to brighten the interior part or the selected part. It is not going to do anything to the outer. So if I want to make it like a night view or something, I want to very reduce the part, I can do something like this. So as you know, there is no light in the room and it's just the natural light that is seeping in. If you want to show something like that, this would be your game point. But if you want to do the opposite, if you want to make it brighter but you still want to make it look like something which is not getting brightened just by the outside light, the interior are also brightened. So you can do something like this. You can change the contrast also, and here again the ones that we have done, it has been done on a separate layer. So you can reduce this, you know, or you just want to add this one, you can add this one as well. So now this kind of an editing gives you n number of options to play with. So if you want to show your client multiple options or how things are going to look like, you can play with all of these: brightness, contrast, hue, saturation. There is more options in case of you want to work with your curves, you know, levels. So all of that you can work with on a separate layer, and you can always lock it, unlock it. Also you can change the opacity of it if you want to. So completely up to you how you want to play with it, but this is as simple as changing. So if you want to, you know, maybe change some bed sheet color, you want to change some color palette in the complete theme, you can use this. Now one more image that I want to work with you all was, let's say if you have a picture and you want to see how the outside is going to work. So if you want to change the outside, I'm going to do that for you. So for example, I'm going to take an image which has some outside view which we can change. So let's just go back to, I'm just going to pick an image for you. So here I do have some images. All right, so there is one image here which I want to use.